Chitrangada Singh. I graduated in 2016 from the BA LLB course at Jindal. I'm working with a corporate law firm in Bombay at the moment. Yeah. I work primarily on private equity and mergers and acquisitions. So largely it was a lot of contract drafting, negotiation, research obviously, a lot of communication with clients, with the other side, kind of big ticket transactions, large values involved, so fairly high pressure work. So it's basically been that kind of thing, very textbook corporate law work. Yeah. So in a lot of ways, one, being sort of the early alumnus of Jindal, you become very prominent in developing an idea of what a graduate from Jindal should look like to the outside world. So in my firm, I was the only person from Jindal who had interned. I was the first intern they had from Jindal, and I was the first employee they had from Jindal. So a lot of their approach to future interns and future employees came from their experience with me. And I think that's a fairly heavy burden to shoulder for all of us from the early batches, because wherever we went, and we went to a lot of different kinds of places, people were kind of forming or shaping a meaning of Jindal through us. So I think I became very conscious of that as the time passed from after graduating. First and foremost, the faculty and the classes and the experience of being trained in the law as well as we were, the kind of academic exposure that they gave us, it's unparalleled. I have not seen it in any of my peers from other law schools in India. I mean, very few. We had extremely research-intensive classes where you were encouraged to interact with each other, where analysis was so important because you were quizzed and you were asked to think. You were never told what to think, you were kind of asked to really form your own ideas. You were given reading material, which was, I mean, now when I look back at it, for 17 or 18-year-olds, very heavy. It was not easy, it was intense philosophy. But it taught you so much, both about your capabilities in being able to understand that, and also in just different ways in which you can look at the world, something which I don't think other places offer you quite like that. And I mean, secondly, we were, again, early batches, so we were very much a part of the student admin interactions, which probably now shape the way in which they interact today. I was a fairly prominent member of the debating society, so we had a lot of kind of interactions with administration for logistics, of going to debates, of internal interactions during debates, etc. And I think that also taught me a lot in how to interact with adults, even though I was, I mean, a kid at the time. So that was also very important. So one is definitely we had faculty who had studied all over the world, also from all over the world, which brought different perspectives into kind of a domestic environment. That's one. Two is the kind of readings we did, the kind of sources or research material we were exposed to came from everywhere. It wasn't that we were learning a very India-centric law. I mean, people have this perception that law has to be country-specific or it has to be specific to a jurisdiction, but that was not how we learned, I mean, about the law. You were taught to critically engage with India vis-a-vis the rest of the world and what it is that they were doing in the same space. And I don't think you get that unless you have a very global thought process going into creating that space for you. I think that's probably how they earn the name global, you know. It's just that it's not inward looking. They encourage you to think out of the box, think outside what you know.